Hi guys,
Yeah.
welcome back to the Liver Awareness Show, and yeah, we're going to talk more about mental health and the effects of that. I've got Marley, Melina, and Talkman you with this. How are you guys doing?
I'm all right,
Well,
Stephen. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I've had better days. I'm alright.
Chin up, man. Chin up. Chin
Yeah,
up.
don't worry.
yeah.
You're
There's a
strong. You're
lot of
better than
people
them, mate.
supporting you in the chat, and you're a lot better than those.
You're better than them, mate. You're better than them, dude. Don't worry.
No,
Yeah.
be
Just
strong, Stephen.
Be
come
strong,
on.
man. Be strong.
We're,
You are
we're
strong.
all.
You know
You're
that.
a fighter. You're not a quitter, and you know how much you fought.
Mm, we're right behind you, mate. You know that. We're right behind you, mate. I know it's tough. It's hard, but these people won't win. They won't win. They
They
can't.
want to see you quit, and don't let them have it.
Yeah.
It's, yo, Matt.
Matt, where are you? You're supposed to be on here for fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. It's as fucking late as usual. Swag.
There we go.
That's more like
Fuck me.
it. Come on. Arteta in. I mean, out. Sorry.
Fuck off. Right, Marley, don't ever change that to the hashtag again, please.
I'm about to do that, man. I need
Oh
to.
yeah.
Fuck.
It's my identity, mate. Okay,
Yeah.
where is it?
We're finally starting to
Hashtag-
trust the process over here.
No.
What?
This is after the last. This is after the last two streams. Watch this. Watch this. It's because after one allergy, I'm saying it's like you're as deluded as me thinking that she's gonna come on my channel. It's not gonna fucking happen.
Hey, never say never.
Yeah, well, he's
Never
found
say
me
never.
doing it. So he's the new bar gav. So
Big up everyone in the chat.
yeah, big up everyone. Arteta needs a bar.
What's that? I'll tell you what. Needs a back for the trophy.
I was gonna say it did start with a T, so I was wondering if it started with a toaster.
Oh yeah. Oh, a back for the toaster. Oh, that's your last bath, you know, son. Get in there, go on. That's the end of that.
Well, they get a more shocking experience. I'd say that.
Yeah. Maybe that's what the players need. Wake them up a bit.
So Marley, I'm gonna start with you. Obviously, the last couple of months you've been struggling, probably mentally, and yeah, I just wanted you to, if you wanted to share what's going, what you sort of had to go through.
I mean, I don't like talking about it too much, man. I don't like bringing attention to it again. And it is a tough subject for me. You guys know that. Talking you and you, especially. By the way, Melina, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Marley.
Yeah, man, it was tough. You know, like a horrible situation happened, and you know, I could have definitely acted better, but you don't get preparation for that kind of thing, and I don't think a lot of tried, like even attempted to see my side of the story and painted me to be a horrible guy. And yeah, that was really tough. Like
The only
I
time,
got called
the only person who did is me, which is on the day after.
Yeah,
One
you
and a
were
half
the only you were the only one who actually gave me a shot. And like some people who, I'm sorry, like I think are bad people, even use that to come after me and ads and you, which makes no sense whatsoever. And yeah, it was tough, man. Like I don't want to repeat the word, but I was called pretty much the worst thing I think someone can be. Yeah. So like I don't want to share my story live because you guys know how I react to that. But they don't know me, and yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Like I got like massacred by a lot of people that I held in very high regards. Like they didn't even speak to me. It was pretty much a condemnation like that. And yeah, man, I'm just glad it's over. You know, I had really good support from the minute he heard about me. Talk MU was fantastic. Him and Bargav were like very supportive. I honestly, I felt like I felt like an outcast movie star or something like
Yeah.
that. They really made me feel this way. It was awesome. I felt wanted and honestly loved. And Matt and you were always right there by my side, and that's all that matters. Yeah, like you find out who's truly there
Friends are.
with you. Yeah, exactly. You find out who your friends are. It sucked to be out for so long. It definitely, and I tried to stay away from Twitter, but whenever I read something, yes, it hurts. But at the same time, I know it's not true. So it
Yeah.
just hurts that some people think that way because I I
It's
think
such
I
a
hold
shame
I
because
yeah
I'd say if it's because it's f- for me. It's like I remember talking to you beforehand, and it's like I want to support you. I know you're not this. I know you, and
yeah
like because you always look after me, and look out for me in hospital when I'm in hospital and stuff, and that's all the way in
yeah
the deal. But
yeah
it's like I can't come out and say it because, for example, I've got this fundraiser, but if everyone says I'm still talking to you, lot, not chances are, right, they're
yeah
just gonna cut me off and just say no, I can't do it, and screw whatever you're doing. So,
yeah.
oh, by the way, I just thought I'd mention like that's after the last stream.
Oh yeah, got some new ones now.
Yeah, that's what happened to the other ones at
Are,
the
they,
end of
are
that.
they like? Is that a new design? I'll have to try that. Do they work very well?
I don't know. It's a new effect. You can also tell I've been sleeping as well because my face is full of fluid as well. So there you go. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to Melina. Have you? Is there any experiences you want to share about
Yeah, so
struggling with
I
mental
actually
health?
have a very similar experience to so far what Marley shared, and nice to meet you as well. Um, just to touch upon and echo what he said, there's a lot of people online who don't really know you in real life, and as soon as they see you start growing a channel, I have a channel myself, and I nearly shut it down twice because of people attacking me and calling me every name in the book. And being a woman in football and on YouTube, showing my face on camera often, a lot of people got the message that, oh, I'm starting to grow and get support, and they didn't really like that. Now I don't really care about nasty comments and whatnot. I just know that those are keyboard warriors who don't really deserve your time of day, and there's always going to be good people around to have your back. And big up to Bargav, honestly. He's been there through a lot of what I went through as well, and I've known him for almost a year now. So really nice lad. And as Marley said, keep your close friends close to you and always be grateful for what you have. And I know, Stephen, you've gone through so much. Don't let people like keyboard warriors try to win over what their agenda is, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, usually it doesn't. Yeah, bother too much. I mean, there was like I remember one stream, and it was with actually one of the people that actually don't even talk to me anymore, and he was quite happily defending us, and they were going like, "Oh, you're this, you're that, and this or the other," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, dream on." But when you start mentioning stuff like illness or stuff like that,
Personal attacks, yeah.
that's when I'm like, do you want your liver ripped open? Because I'll do it for you. And it ain't a pretty sight, trust me. And it's like you ain't got the first fucking idea, mate. You really haven't. You think, and these people, and it's like you said to, I mean, talk when you just spoke to me earlier, and you were saying that obviously these people like they're jealous, this, that, and the other. Not, I can't get my head around that because I'm like, what the fuck you got to be jealous about? Do you want to
Yeah.
swap? Do you want to swap? Because I'll do it. I'll just do it right now. You can be the
But
host. I'll be the one with the healthier side.
Stephen,
I'll be a
strength of
complete
character,
nobody.
mate. Strength of character, courage,
Do you know what
personality.
my mom gave me? Is
Oh,
this little
that.
small. It wasn't a birthday present, but it was a little small gift. She put. It was a little placard to put on a wall, and
Mm.
it said, "You were given this life because you're strong enough to live it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but why do I need to prove that. I didn't. A lot of things now just doesn't make sense. I mean, right now I can't. Every single bit of independence has now been taken away from me. Everything.
But
And
you're
that's what.
Stephen. Don't forget,
And that's what I just can't bear in a minute. That's only what I've just been told is that apart from maybe I don't know, being at home sometimes, I'm permanently on my carer, which is my mum. That's it. That's it. That's it. And they can't do anything. I've been pushed to the side. Everyone else now gets a. It feels like everyone else now goes and gets the treatment, but because they can't do anything, it's just keep him on keep him in infusions every week. Do a review. Be all right. It's not like I can do no more.
And some people don't understand that. The same people who want to throw nasty comments, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But remember, you're an inspiration for the kids who you're trying to help with your channel, mate. You know,
Yeah, and
people
it's
like
just
you
like
that they look
I
up
don't
to.
want these kids doing exactly what I'm doing. End up
You're
in
an
this
inspiration
situation.
for us, mate.
Yeah,
Mate,
you're an
For
inspiration. Yeah,
everybody. Yeah.
well said, Charlie, mate.
That's
Well
the
said.
thing. They could do surgery right now, but they haven't got the access to do it. The only time that they'll do surgery is if it's a fucking emergency.
Yeah.
So it's basically if my artery collapsed, which has done it before. That could happen overnight, and I won't even notice until about 3 days later, until it's too late. Because once you notice symptoms, you're screwed. That's the thing. My blood clots so much. I'm a ticking time bomb. I am literally a ticking time bomb. But
that needle you showed me. That needle you showed me. When you have to inject yourself with the blood thinner.
I haven't seen you in a while, Master Fighter. How are you? Sport channel early on.
That was. I was thinking about it after the stream, and I was like, Jesus, what? You have to do that. You have to do that every night, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's
every night. But it's either that or you just clot up, just clot up no end.
But the whole charity thing and the reason you started the channel was to help kids, and you've even inspired us to keep going on with our own channels. I know some of you guys on the panel have your own channel and are working on it behind the scenes and helping on this channel as well, which is nice. And the whole community you have, never forget that, and never forget why you started this whole journey.
Anyway, we're gonna move on to Chris. What's your experience with mental health, mate?
I mean, I've been fine pretty much my whole life, but one time it actually hit me was, you remember when I was on your channel and there was some racist prick who came on chat?
Yeah.
That hit me hard. I mean, because football was one thing which was my thing, like nothing could stop me in that. But then to see people who like, oh, because I'm Indian, I can't watch football. So that hurt me a lot, because I probably know more football than most English people. So that pissed me off.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing, Chris. Just I mean, those putting those two things together and then coming up with a comment like that tells me and shows me that the person who said that is very, very uneducated, right? Whether they are necessarily deep down a racist is another question, but they are seriously undereducated, and that's it's sad, because I don't know how old the person was, but it's just sad, and I just hope that whoever it was and whoever continues to do that kind of thing, like, I hope they realise before it's too late, because if they carry that through into their adult life, they're going to find themselves in a whole world of shit, because they will have no friends, nobody will want to know them, and they will be very lonely and very sad. And it's It's ridiculous, to be honest
It's
with you. It
like
really
just
is
earlier.
ridiculous.
I count that like what just happened to me just earlier. I count that as just as discriminating for me.
Of course, yeah, you
Of
can't, yeah.
course.
If you,
Yeah.
I
if
count
you,
that just as discriminating. People might think that's a fucking overreaction. I don't care. Right? You start talking about my illness, I'm gonna come down and you look a ton of bricks.
They don't
Simple
know
as
what
that.
you've gone through, and of course, they haven't experienced it.
Yeah, but it's like with the whole the racism is there, man. We had to admit, we quickly spotted it and got rid of him straight away. But yeah, I remember like we had to check. Did I remember checking after the stream? You okay, Chris?
Chris,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing was the only thing that hurt the most is because I spent my life watching this game, probably learning a lot of things, and then in the end, for it to be like people questioning it for no reason at all, just because I might not be from where the sport came from, is ridiculous. That hurt me the most.
Yeah, obviously. Then talk menu. Have you got any sort of experiences you want to share?
mental health wise, yeah, I've had my moments with anxiety, and I, I sometimes ask myself the question: is that because of the kind of person I am, that I'm so kind of open and emotional? I'm a very emotional person. Is it easy for me to be susceptible to that? And yeah, it's a it's a I'm sure we've all experienced it at some point. It's a not a nice feeling, and it's I think once you come up with mechanisms in your own mind how to deal with it, it helps a lot.
Mm.
So there are different ways that you can do that, but we can talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah. ECFC on tour. Sure. Welcome to the channel. Yeah. Is anything you want to share?
Hello?
Yeah. Is anything you want to share, mate? In terms of mental
No,
health.
just hoping you're well in this lockdown.
Yeah. What's your experience here with it? Are you struggling mentally with it, or?
No, not really. But obviously, I got school and I like school, so it's not affecting me, but it's affecting me as in a football way. Like, we can't go to football. I'm an Exeter City season ticket holder, go to absolutely every single game, but we can't at the moment due to COVID, and that's really upsetting.
Yeah. I can hear that.
Big up to you, ECFC,
Big up,
for being a
George.
season ticket holder. Well done,
Yeah.
excellent. That's you're a real fan, mate. You're a proper fan. Good lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you're right. I think kids. For me, maybe because I've been in hospital many times, so I've been sort of locked down in a sense. So it's not too much of a bother. But for some kids, obviously, being going to school every day, coming back, and being with friends and everything like that, to then go, you can't do anything. You can't go outside.
Yeah.
You can't do this. You can't do that. It's like it's been a major probably readjustment. And some people can cope with that. Some people can't. It's just, but it's yeah, um, it's something that I think in the end we'll look back on it. It's just something we had to just go through for the benefit of everyone else. And I've always said that. I mean, like people are saying about lockdown in a minute, and I'm like, well, if it means we've got to stay locked down just while we get vaccinated, then fine, because then
Yeah.
everyone else is safe, and that's
Yeah.
that's always been my main problem. I mean, I've been vaccinated now, and I'm still waiting for my second dose in May, and
Yeah.
it's then just trying to get people to do it as well. It's just some people just want to believe absolute bullshit. Let's be honest. And yeah, but I mean, is there anyone that's had struggles with the lockdown? Talk, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I think because of the way we're very social animals, aren't we? Let's have that first and foremost. We're social. That's how we've evolved. That's what we do. we communicate, we socialize. Yeah, and I think that shock to the system. I mean, at first for me, for the first sort of maybe like I don't know 8 weeks or 9 weeks, it was like, all right, I'm just going to get my head into my painting. I'm going to do a bit of this, do a bit of that, and all that. And then it slowly began to dawn on me. I was like, wait a minute, this is not how it's supposed to be. You can't help but think about all the things that you took for granted before. For me, when we come out of the lockdown, it's gonna be like wow, there's so many things I want to do. For me, when we come out,
that's it. Matt, turn it off.
Yeah, so we've got a lot to look forward to as well. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the background, but we've got a lot to look forward to. Evening, Matt. How are you doing?
Evening. I was watching the vlog. That's why I was watching it, and then I came on. I was like rushing on to get on. I was like, I've got your video on in the background.
Rushing on to get on. Fucking hell! I don't want to know you're rushing for that 20 minutes. Jesus Christ! Knowing you, I'll go to a hospital appointment instead of 9. I'll get there by 10.
Mate, I'm English. I'm not Russian.
No. Thursday, I'll get there by 10. I'll do infusion by 11. Right. By the time the infusion's finished, instead of 2 hours, I'll be sitting there until about 5 o'clock and then get all the way back and then miss the fucking England game. Right?
Hey, bro, I've been commenting in your streams all day at work. I was like mixing materials and I was still like trying to get in there. You know what I mean? Like it's difficult. How is everybody? All right?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all too as well. Chris Paulson
Matt.
as well. Sorry.
Matt, what do you want to share, mate? Because obviously
we're talking
Marley.
About,
yeah.
Well, mate, you know like what we've been through. I mean, mental health. I've suffered with depression well before what had happened recently as well, and the best thing to do when you've got problems is talk to people, whether they're actually your friends or not. Even strangers sometimes can really help you out.
Yeah.
And you realise that actually people around you are suffering and going through the same things, and it's really good to talk. I think talking is a very good thing to do in life. Whether you think it's going to get any, sometimes you think like I just don't want to say it, but once you do, then you realise that saying it was the best thing you did. And that is about mental health. Should be talked.
What was worse is that I'm sorry, just saying that is what was worse is you weren't given a chance to talk.
No,
really,
mate. I woke up. Like I said, you know the drill. I was sorting it out with people as friends, talking to them through what they'd been through, because that was the most important thing. I wake up at 8 in the morning. It's been taken over by you know who, like a bigger channel, and didn't even give me time to. I mean, I'm a small channel. They didn't even give me time to sort of reply back to it or anything, and all you got from it was abuse and that. And I think Melina said as well, like people do that. You know what I mean? They don't know exactly who you are in life, and they don't know your background and everything. And if they actually took time out to actually talk and understand, you'd find out the truth. And as you know, Stephen, with a lot of things that have been coming out from other channels recently, that the truth does prevail.
As much as I absolutely hate the fact that happened to a close friend of mine, like Matt, I count my blessings that we went through this together, because we had each other, and really like I think both of us, we were a huge support system to one another, because we went through this really like unfair crap together. And man, it's I was already close friends with Matt, but that like going through something like that really ties up the bonds, and Matt's a brother. And
Stephen, sometimes I think with what happened with you today as well, you have to go through the worst to realize the best.
Yeah, well, that's what I noticed as well, is that a lot of people sort of changed after that for some reason.
Yeah.
It really changed on me, even on me. And I'm like, why? Why? What
Have
have I
you
done?
noticed that people have?
Because for some reason, it's like, some people can't, I can't work it out. It's just like they switch because I ain't reacted at probably at that early morning or something as soon as anyone found out. But because I didn't realize till like the next morning, and by the next morning, everyone had their opinion on it. So I was then when I was hearing it, I'm like, nah, I can get TD or that guy I can get, but you two involved, like, there's got to be something to that. Then when I watched it back, I'm like, no, in a sense, it's just
There was
like
nothing.
how
There was nothing to it,
yeah,
mate. I mean,
and even then, I'm thinking that's just a clip. That's not the whole context.
well, no,
Look at the
like
context.
like I think someone said to somebody. I'm not going to shout out names because I'm not that sort of person, but I think you can put two and two together. They asked them if they'd heard it as well, and they said no. But then everybody else is not allowed to not hear it either, or you know what I mean? Like it's sort of like saying, it doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense to me, man.
Doesn't make sense, but
The thing is, mental health, mate. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm glad you finally did this show tonight, man. Like, big props, man. Big props.
Big up Daniel in the chat. Yeah, it's like you just said with earlier, and yeah, it's just
You got to understand, haven't you, Stephen? You can't judge somebody on just one thing. You've got to ask them, okay, look,
yeah,
what makes you this person? If someone is being racist, you don't point the finger and go, "You're a racist. You're a scum. You should die. You should be putting yourself in a hole." It's not the right way to go. Ask them, talk to them. The only way you're going to deal with a situation like that is if you try and understand and like bring a level of understanding and knowledge to it, like where you can say, well, okay, look at it from this side of, you know what I mean? Like instead of shouting abuse at other people, it just ain't gonna. You're never gonna get anywhere with that. There's a good film on Netflix as well where it's based on a true story as well, where it was in the South where this black woman, was fighting for rights for black children to be associated in the same schools as white kids, right? And the guy that she was running against was a part of the Ku Klux Klan, the head member.
Yeah.
They talked to each other, they're best friends until their very death. He helped her out in the end. He helped her out to make it right for mixed race schools, right, in the South. That weren't from confronting each other. That was from understanding, talking, and trying to figure out what the best solution was. And that's the only way you can deal with things in life. If you look back in history as well, like Martin Luther King and everybody else didn't get there without having to talk to other people and try and make them understand what they were going through, not just saying, oh, well, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're a scumbag. It never will work in anything in society if you just dig people out. Sorry.
And you know, the perfect, Matt, you know, when you're talking about that, what you've watched, for me, there's the one film that is a real sort of eye-opener and an educator is American History X.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Powerful fucking film. Sorry for swearing if there's any youngsters watching, but powerful film. And I mean, it just it can kind of help you learn and understand that some people do. Like I posted something on my Twitter which went along the lines of, we are taught by our peers from their point of view, but we can teach ourselves from our own hearts. Love never loses its power. And what that was like was, look, if it doesn't matter what the people around you tell you to believe, go with your heart. If you don't believe it and you feel like it's not right, you know it's not right, you don't go with that what they're telling you. Go with your heart. Your heart will.
It's the talk. I just wanted to say that the universal thing I learned today as well, that everything in life doesn't live for itself. It lives for others. Everything. The sun doesn't live for itself. The way that the world spins doesn't live for itself. Everything has to live for one another. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Give
and
yourself
plants can't.
somebody else.
Yeah,
Give yourself time.
plants can't be pollinated without bees. You know.
Right. They have to be taken. You have to connect everything together, and that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
this-
is like mental health and.
It's the same. I mean, for me, it's like in life. This is, like I say, it's just where this has come from. This would be a great topic for another stream, but to try and understand the actual roots and basis of racism. Where does it come from? Why is it still so prevalent? You know, even after everything that we've all learned and understand about it, why does it still happen? And it'll be a good
I think that'd be a
topic to
good
talk about
stream,
because
yeah.
Not right now because it's too deep. It's too deep. That's like
Yeah.
I just personally think like that's because people don't know their history, but then that.
Or also because of ignorance, you could say that
Yeah,
too.
oh,
They refuse
yeah,
to
yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and ignorance is a dangerous tool.
And it's the same
because-
thing with mental health because a lot of people are ignorant. They refuse to ask questions or actually get to know
Yeah.
someone for who they are. So they just end up accusing you of X, Y, and Z and call you every name in the book.
Is that when they
Yeah.
asked Morgan Freeman, like, what do you think of Black History Month? And he was like, "You're white, right?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want a White History Month?" And he was like, "Not really." Well, isn't it just history? Like, you're gonna cram like history into 1 month and call it Black History Month? Like, come on now, like, it's just American history. It's history. Like, that's where we're going wrong, like in these sorts of things. But unfortunately,
categorizing. You can't categorize.
And that whole categorizing thing.
I think more it sort of divides it in a sense. It makes people.
Well,
think,
it does.
It does. It creates division. 'Cause
Yeah,
people
that's
think,
the thing.
well, hang on, you've got that, so why can't we have that? Or you've got this, or why can't we have this? Right? And it sort of divides the opinion.
And I think with this whole lockdown, the whole categorizing.
Look who's snuck on.
Oh, look who's the Spurs fan who got knocked out of everything.
Oh,
The Spurs fan, he needs mental health.
No, I hope you're prepared, mate, because you are going to get it now, you know, son. Go on.
How's Mourinho's best?
But can I, Steve? Can I swear on this stream? Is it all right?
I hope you can. Yeah, I really hope you do.
Mourinho and Spurs can go and fuck themselves.
What's that? What's that?
Hang on.
Gareth Bale who? Gareth Bale
Hang on,
what?
if you've not checked the last clip I've got, because I got him on his last clip.
Have you?
He's just a 5-minute rant of you going, Jose out, fuck you lot, this, that, and all the other.
Too fucking right, mate. Too fucking
And I
right.
even managed to add the intro in as well. So, the countdown and the intro in as well. So you got a countdown to it. 3, 2, 1. Ding!
He's missed me. It's missed me that much. He's watched my final stream.
No, I just missed it giving the abuse.
Oh, well, you could just text me, can't you, babe?
Oh, hey, I thought you were my babe, Stephen, man. Come on, what's going on here? Too timing, man. What's going on?
Don't
Murray,
get
hopefully you don't make the little one a Spurs fan too. Don't make them suffer.
Don't get jealous, talk man.
Like I said after the 2 streams earlier, and what Marley's now trying to do, there's someone else.
Wait,
It's
what?
in the hashtag.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hello.
I was like, wait. I don't know what's going down here. But
No, so after what I said the 2 streams ago, right? Marley's made his mission to make it not just that.
So, Nuri, how's your mental health after getting knocked out of everything?
It's fantastic. You know? I've never been feeling more alive. You know, I've joined what they call Vibes FC, basically meaning I just say fuck everyone if they piss me off. So, you know, fuck everyone.
Hang on,
Even the
Mourinho.
cars agree with it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's what that is. No, that's Mourinho driving past. I need new wheels. I need an MOT.
No, Mourinho passing by with like 25 million in his pocket and he's going, see you later, I'm going to Portugal, mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking
Imagine
wish.
he
I
goes
mean-
to Portugal. He gets sacked and he goes to Portugal for the Euros.
Yeah, I heard he's played up with Arteta. He's taking Arteta with him.
Oh, I wish he could. Does he want him?
Mm.
I'll take him.
Yeah, he said that he needs a good the guys that put cones out. So he said
How
that
is-
take Arteta.
Hold on.
Hang on,
Let's
Nuri.
remember that you lost to a manager who's in prison serving a 4-year prison sentence.
Yeah,
Let's put it this way, Nuri. He's made it one stage less than someone who put cones out for a manager.
that's right. We might get back in. You never know. Have you heard the thing about Sparta Prague?
Yeah, are they disqualified
Well-
yet?
Potentially soon. Basically,
Yeah.
Sparta Prague are going to be done for racial abuse or something
So
like
Rangers are back in it then.
that. No, because it's
One with the
Tottenham
highest
got the
vote.
highest points out of the ones that got eliminated. So they're the ones that be ones that potentially go back in.
Oh, good.
Oh wow.
That's
Great.
great.
But the thing is, if I'm correct, or I might be wrong, but Sparta Prague is playing Arsenal.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are
So
playing.
would that mean that Tottenham will automatically play Arsenal in the
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Europa?
yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Tottenham are not
Oh,
getting
yes.
back in it, are they?
that's what I was asking Nuri. Are Spurs getting back in it then?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think at the moment they're just. I think it's still a little bit of time before the actual.
We'll still slap you guys up again.
You know what, mate? I mean, at the end of the day, I am not getting cocky about anything because the last time I did, we drew to Fulham. So I
Yeah.
ain't saying
What
shit.
was you saying about Kane? What was you saying about Son? What was you saying about Barry
No,
Bale?
Masterclass.
I went
All this,
into-
this combined 11 of the Reese is this is this. You Goody on that. Go with Goody on. Go shit. Go talk to a wall, man. Seriously, go do what I do. Talk
that's
to a
your
wall.
You
forte,
can't really
Steve.
say
That's your
anything.
forte. You're like you're talking to the
Yeah,
wall,
we'll
mate.
take some advice then. Take some advice. With Goody on. Get out of
You
it,
just
man.
got Orsic.
Get out of it with Goody on.
You just
Get
got
out of it.
Orsic. That's all that happened.
What's that?
Like,
You got
Kane got pocketed by
Orsic.
David. Kane got isolated and out of the game by David Luiz. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Look, Kane is not what everyone thinks he is. So
We know
Golden
he's
Boot
not.
winner. That's it.
no
No,
one
no
thought-
trophies.
Yeah, exactly. The guy's a waste. Simple.
29 years old and just a Golden Boot.
Yeah, he can go to somewhere like Dorchester United or something.
Oh.
He can win the.
I mean, Harry
St.
Kane
Johnston-
is
St.
bigger than you.
Johnston's- Was it St. Johnston's Paint Trophy? That's where you can go and win.
Harry Kane
No,
has
that's-
been
that's the EFL
carrying your
trophy.
team for the past.
Is that what the
5 to 4 years.
EFL
No,
is
Chris
now?
Paul is right though. He has been carrying your team.
How has he been carrying our team? How?
Goals and
shit.
assists, like no end.
Okay, all right, okay. So
You
hold on.
can't
So
do shit.
he's got all these goals and assists. Yeah. What has it done for Spurs? Has it won him a title? No.
That's because your manager is dog shit.
No. A goal, a person that does.
What do you expect him to do?
No,
Play left
seriously.
back,
A
centre back,
person that affects your
goalie.
team
He's
is the
supposed
bad.
to do everything.
No, seriously.
Sorry, everyone. This has turned
Seriously.
into the banter show because Nuri's on the panel.
Literally. I only came on to say hello.
How
you
to deal with
bastards.
your mental
Yo,
health?
yo.
Hang on. How to deal with your mental health? Just get Nuri to care on.
Expecting Spurs to win a title is like me expecting there to be snow in Rio. Like
Or as I
it's
usually
it's
analogy
unfair to
streams,
use that
I'll be
argument
expecting
against the
Ariana
player.
Grande to turn
It's
up on
even
a
worse.
stream.
Your
It's
snow
not
in
gonna work.
Dubai. That's how Spurs will win the title.
If Spurs win the Premier League, I'm giving birth to a beautiful, healthy boy.
And I'm giving
Look.
birth to the twin.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito.
It's
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
honestly.
Danny's
Anyway,
also a Spurs fan. I was so plucky in the chat before the North London Derby. Now they're all hush hush.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's more chance of certain someone trying on stream than me Spurs in the league. But there you go.
You know what? I'm beyond caring, mate. I mean, I'm more at the
I don't know
moment
why you cared in the first
making the
place.
money, and at the end of the day, I'm now doing something that's helping a community. So I don't really give a shit.
Top 4 hopes gone.
You know what, mate? I'm genuinely saying this. It's not just like salt or anything. I generally don't care at the moment. I mean, my career is more important at the moment, so I'd rather focus on in that. You know, seriously, it's
Your career will go.
As you should.
Hopefully, goes better than Harry Kane's.
You know what?
That's not banter. That's more like support.
If you put me on that field on Harry Kane's money, I'd play fucking better than him. And I'm a chubby kid.
You know,
Ain't you just?
Tottenham fans said that in the 80s, and now they're like having a really good career and they support Chelsea.
Yeah, they're ex Arsenal fans.
Yeah, get out of here.
No, genuinely. They did what was it? They done a poll a little while ago.
No, you can't. Shut up. Listen to me.
Oh, he actually left.
Wanker. Absolute wanker. You know what? I don't even know why I wanted to come back on here. Bollocks to you cunts.
I mean, you're a Tottenham fan on an Arsenal fan
Look,
channel.
I told you,
expect?
listen to North London banter so much, so fuck it. Nui, look, be honest, mate. If you're saying that about our standards, fuck knows what yours are. Fuck
You know
me.
what, mate?
I'm
going to try and phrase it in a way which everyone will understand. Our standards are like a whore that's just got paid, so they don't perform. So once you give them the money, they don't perform, do they? You have to give them the money after. So
I wouldn't know.
Our players are like whores. They get paid and then they don't finish the job, and they don't finish Alex off either.
I won't ask how you know that, Nell.
Clear.
I won't ask how you know that.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Because as a Tottenham Hotspur member, I got offered the horse.
You actually bought Matt Doherty, and he's Conor McGregor on the.
And you know why they bought him? You know why they bought him? Because he played well against Spurs. Wow.
No, it's just because he looks like Conor McGregor.
No, you should have got one that was a Conor McGregor look like. You should have got one that's seen Ewan McGregor look like. Because then at least you said, look, we've got a Jedi on the fucking right back.
Mate, at least we ain't got fucking Bella in.
Yeah, but even he's learned how to take a throw in.
Doherty. No, he's shit. Even Bellerin's better.
Or that.
Nah, Bellerin's
You
on
know
another
what?
level.
That's actually well deserved for Lamella and his attitude. So,
Lamella's attitude. What about his attitude?
what do you mean? What about his attitude? You didn't see what he done on the pitch against us, North London Derby, and against Marcus Rashford.
That's a derby.
That guy's got anger issues, man.
Yeah.
Got anger issues.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
That's
a
what
guy
you call a man
he's a
child.
guy-
Lamella, if you want to
what
come
you
and
call-
explain,
that's what
if
you
you want to
call
come
heart.
explain your mental state and your anger issues, please come on.
Yeah, Dr. Stevens here for you.
Yeah. I might even be more gracious than to him because he's just a Spurs fan. He just winds me up. So,
Daniel, I'm more successful than
Tottenham.
Tottenham as a club.
Anyways, yeah, I've been well, thank you, Stephen. How have you been?
fine. I'm fine.
I
I'm
mean-
still living the fact we're actually in the quarterfinals. You ain't.
Well, we'll see for how long you are.
Yeah, you
in,
need. You need someone else to help you out.
You know what though? If you beat Sparta, you play Villarreal, didn't you?
Yeah, we play Emery. He's gonna
Emery,
school
yeah.
us. So.
It's going to be an Emery masterclass.
Yeah, Emery's gonna
He's
school
Yeah,
us
yeah.
and tell us who
Emery's
really was
Emery's gonna get-
captain.
Emery,
No,
Really was
this manager is the greatest coming since Pep. So apparently it's nowhere near. We're gonna get
Big up, Charlie.
apparently Arteta's the next coming to Pep, and he's better than fucking everyone. So there we are.
Okay.
I'm busy. Yep, cool.
Charlie the third.
I hope Slavia Prague get disqualified though, because I heard about that. So hopefully it happens.
It's what's right. It's what needs to happen.
I mean.
But UEFA
what-
cares so much about money more than actually.
Yeah, but they must. Yeah, they won't have the balls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They don't have the
Funnier
balls.
about
They didn't do it if it
Hold
was
on, hold on.
Bulgaria. For
Hold
fuck's
on.
sake.
Yeah, but hold on.
Don't forget.
Hold on.
Talk
Sorry.
money.
Don't forget, we shouldn't be just only pointing our fingers at UEFA, right, and FIFA. People now need to start pointing their fingers at the sponsors of UEFA and FIFA
That's true.
and saying, you need to tell these people, you get a grip of this and sort this out, or we will take our sponsorship away. And I'll tell you something now, if that happened, UEFA and FIFA would shit themselves, literally, and
Yeah.
they would do whatever it takes, because look what happened when they got threatened by Barclay, whatever credit card it was when the Sepp Blatter thing was going on, right?
Yeah.
They shit it. They couldn't, and did you notice after that, about 6 months after that, this is when it all leaked out, because they knew if for the sake of FIFA, they had to get the truth out and get Blatter out and everybody else, and so this for me, there is another angle to this, yeah, that they need to do something, but they do. The sponsors need to speak up.
But the problem is, Talk Menu, is at the moment, as far as when you look at club size, when you look at the Man City incident where it went, everyone knew they wouldn't get reprimanded for what they done because of the size of the club. Yeah. Now, as far as Sparta Prague go, I don't think it really gives them two tosses if they eliminate them or keep them in there, because, well, what's it going to change?
The name isn't really well known as Man City.
Exactly. So the thing is, all the world media, they covered it as far as the Man City getting thrown out of the UEFA, etc., etc., etc. But who's really talking about them?
It won't really make media headlines, and that's all they care about.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if a media come on there and said, I don't know, say in Brazil, for instance, yeah, they said Sparta Prague getting thrown out, they'd be like, okay, and who gives a shit?
You know what? It's not enough to just kick them out. It's not enough to just kick them out and then say, let's carry on with the competition. They've got out. There needs to be like a follow up as well. There needs to be a follow up.
They probably need to get a ban from European competitions for a couple of seasons. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what?
By the way,
that's what they did. Hang on, after the ISIL incident, that's exactly what they did the English club. So why can't you do the same?
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is exactly what they did with the ISIL incident. Banned us for European competitions. Right now, some Arsenal fans might have argued that stopped us from winning the Champions League or something. I don't really care, right? The fact is, you can't really guarantee that, but in the end, that's what they did. So why can't you do it for this?
Because the thing is, like we said, the name's not big enough. If it was media worthy, everyone would be covering. Because I'll tell you 100% truth, the Manchester City thing, when that happened, I was actually in Germany, yeah. And I actually heard it on German news before I heard it on the English news. Yeah? So it got across to there. But like I said to you, if it comes on the news anywhere else in the world, they're going to go, so what? We don't give a shit. It's not going to cause that much of a riot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I don't think it matters if they do or not.
But also, you got you can't just put everybody in that same category and just say that the whole country's teams are the same.
Whole team.
Of course not. Yeah.
Then you're persecuting people that actually some places in these countries where they have had teams.
You know what? I was for a preview when we did go back to Europe. I'm trying to find a Slavia Prague fan, and after what happened, they were like, "Oh, Slavia Prague, are you sure about that?" I went, "Yeah." I mean, but you heard what's happened? Yeah. So why you want them on the show? Because let me think. Did he say it? No.
Exactly.
Does that make the whole fan base racist? No. Right. What one player does on the pitch does not say that the whole fan base is completely racist.
Absolutely.
Or
you know Poet and Vuj, right? The YouTubers.
Yeah.
Vuj is he supports Serbia, doesn't he? When they play, and people were giving crap about Serbia, weren't they, as well, because of the racist stuff, and that's not representative of him. Like, he's not like that. Like, it's not everybody. Like, it's just a very small minority that ruin it for the rest, and they
get that generalisation.
Yeah. Adam, is there anything about mental health you want to share us with?
Not much.
Okay. I was wondering if you're struggling with maybe the pandemic and lockdown and the mental problems that come with struggling not being able to go out and see friends, stuff like that.
Yeah. I have struggled with that. Everyone has.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
Yeah.
No one's immune, are they? No one's immune.
No.
No,
That's the biggest problem. That's no one's immune from it at
no,
all.
not at all.
Do you know what? The first time I've probably registered it, I didn't register it till I was about 16. Before then, I was like, nah, nothing can touch me. Then 16, I was getting, I got to come out of lessons, so I was getting flashbacks, I was getting nightmares, and what it was is just me with what happened before. It's just now me trying to process it, and
Oh shit, man.
yeah,
That's pretty much that's PTSD, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn, man.
and I still have it
That's
now.
harsh. Yeah.
Like sometimes I can't sleep all night,
It's
but
tough.
I just don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is, and they've tried so many times. I have a psychologist, but there's not much else. They can't really change. They can give me advice, but it's still about on myself.
You know what, Steve? I'm going to be honest here. I've been in this new job for a few days now, and obviously the people that I looked after, they are like they can talk and they are very able-bodied, and it is so upsetting to see how the elderly are getting so upset by this lockdown, and they literally caused a fit by the potential extension. I think it's now to May or something like that.
Yeah,
These people have not been out of their homes or their living unit for over a year. Yeah. Now, most of these people, they have got no families. They've got no friends, or they're not alive, or they're not coming. They can't come and see them. Yeah. These activities that they relied on for them to, get past the day and have something to look forward to. Yeah. It's really affecting these people to a point where they're actually thinking, do I want to live anymore? Yeah. And it's so heartbreaking to see. And you know what? I mean, I was one of those during lockdown, obviously, when I was on furlough, when I was pretty much, at home for like a good 7 months, And I thought my situation was bad. But when you see these people that have struggled for, what is it now? It's a year exact, yeah? It is just so hard to see, and it's just going to be more and more and more. And the thing is now, many more people are getting diagnosed with anxiety because not only are they going to be, say for instance, it does open up in May or whatever, they are going to be anxious to go out because it's still not 100% clear.
Absolutely.
The problem is, I don't think it'll ever be.
No, and this is the problem. Now, mental health is so important that everyone should be taking note of it. Yeah, and I know it sounds very cliche, and it might sound like that, but we really need to be thankful for what we have got at the moment because people are in worse situations than us. And we've got to be thankful for what we have as far as family around us, friends we can speak to, YouTube channels that people can come onto and express their opinions. It's just people are not taking the positives out of this situation where they're just thinking, oh, poor me, yeah.
Can I read something for you? It's exactly what you're going on, Nuri. It's anyone like Star Trek, right? When James Doohan, Scotty in Star Trek, received a letter from a suicidal fan, he responded to her and said he wanted to see her at every convention in the area. He would see her at them for years and would always be positive. Would always tell her positive things. 8 years later, he received a letter from her saying, "This kindness has encouraged me and saved my life," and that she said she had earned a master's degree in electronic engineering. He said it was the best thing he'd ever done in his life.
Do you know what?
That's a beautiful story,
when I
man.
was, when I was, do you know, when I was in hospital, I can't think. 2011 I was 15, 16. was shoved onto an ITU unit adult when I was only 15, 16, so which was scary in itself. But didn't get out of bed for 3 months because the operation it went was absolutely a car crash. It was an absolute car crash. It's in total I spent 9 months in there, but the 4 months the 4 months I was in ITU and barely got out of bed. This one doctor, he realised, they said, you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, right? Yeah. I mean, okay. And because it just ended up talking about the Grand Prix, for example, because I'd have it on. 2 months later, I then get a picture that from McLaren, as well as a letter from Hamilton saying, like sending my best wishes and stuff like that. And what actually the doctor had written to Hamilton and written to the McLaren garage to say that to say this kid's in hospital, he's a massive fan of yours, and he's struggling right now. And it's like I've said before, people might think because I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, no, it ain't, right? His motto and what I've watched when I'm in hospital just keeps you going.
Yeah.
Right? Because it just resonates exactly what you're going through. Gav, how are you?
Hey Steven, glad you have me, mate. Today's really important. I really wanted to discuss something. I want to echo what like Nuri said. I heard that and it just set me off. One of the things I really want people to watch out for is I think one of the things this year that we learned is like the fragile nature of life, right?
Yes.
The one thing I want to say is for everybody, I think there's a lot of people in the world right now that are feeling isolated, depressed, down, sad. One of the things I want to say is please don't commit suicide. It really does hurt a lot of people. There's a lot of people on the edge right now, and I get that. But if there's one thing to take from Steven, life is valuable. I mean, I know there's a lot of struggles that people might have, but definitely seek some help. There's a lot of social services out there. They might not completely change up your situation in life, but they can assist you in some way. I have a mom that lost her brother, lost a brother to suicide, and one of the things she always said is like, even though like sometimes we can't support you completely because you're in a field chasing things like out there, challenges. There's gonna be a lot of challenges, but no matter what, just make sure you don't commit suicide because life is pretty valuable at the end of the day.
Hey, there was somebody in my city. Some woman was driving past and she saw a kid at 17 looking over the railroad tracks. It's a horrible story. And then she found out 25 minutes later he jumped from that bridge. She felt bad about not actually, and he's gone. That was in my home city, and she felt bad about it. But she's like, I just wish I would have stopped and turned around. I didn't know the guy, and society makes you feel like that sometimes. Like you
know what it is?
Drive past, and it's horrible. It's horrible.
It's the reason why you have to talk to people is because they can see what you can't. When you're in that frame of mind, they can see.
The lights up. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the share button.
They can see what you can't, because if you think you can't see a way through this problem that you're in at that moment, but it's there. You just can't see it. So it takes you talking to other people for them to say, look, there is a way out of this because I know there is because I can see it. There is the way out, and you have to guide people sometimes to look to another way in a different direction, and that's it's one important factor is doing that. And I think I'm sure you're all aware. If you just let me talk now, Stephen, I would talk until I fell asleep, right? But I like to.
After speaking to you, it's about 2:15 in the morning. I'm not fucking surprised.
Right, listen, but I love talking to people, and I think it's a big thing in our lives. It's just talking and communicating.
Yeah.
But I'll stop now.
No, and I want to jump in now, and I think it's important to say, and I agree with everything you guys have been saying, and I feel like it's just as important for us to ask for people who suffer from depression to be strong, find other
Go
ways,
for it,
seek help, talk to
Charlie.
people. At the same time, what? What?
Sorry, just that Charlie just emailed me, said you go for it.
What is
Oh,
that?
okay, okay. At the
Where
same
is it?
time,
Charlie,
Charlie.
Charlie the
Charlie.
third. But at the same time, I feel it's crucial for us to try to, like, the rest of the world who, like, the I feel like most people suffer from some depression. Maybe the world out there is tough for everybody. It's a really tough world. So everyone suffers through a little bit, but those who are strong and feel like they're okay, just try to use kindness, because you never know what anyone is going through in these, like, some situations. Like depression, very in a lot of times comes from bullying. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's something we can
Yeah.
avoid. It's really not that tough to just use kindness. And yeah, we can change the world just being kind to one another.
Exactly.
That's it.
One of the
That's
things I
it.
want to echo is it is all across like all socioeconomic levels. Like, don't think that just because you're rich, you're avoiding you're not going to get suicidal ideations. Don't it's
Yeah.
not the case. Anybody
Mm.
can anybody can be just one significant life stressor away from like a mental health crisis
Yes.
and being suicidal. The other thing that Manu just mentioned is sometimes it is a change in perspective. I mean, we all live different lives. I mean, if you go to a city, some people have the bird's eye view of the city. Some people have the street view of the city. Some people have like the middle tier, like, working job that meets a lot of people view of the city. So it's everybody has a different opinion. Sometimes talking about it with people changes your perspective because they see it a different way, just based on their lives. So that's what I wanted to echo. The other tweet I wanted to put out was like there's a YouTuber named Don't Waste a Tweet. Gary.
Yeah.
He put out like a suicide a hotline number for the UK, the US, and everywhere. And I want to put that out there when I find it. I can't find it right now.
Matt, but come on, you better go for it.
Yeah. So if you can attach the link to that, Stephen, that would be nice.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll what he did the tweet or the
He did the tweet like a while back, but I should have
if
pinned
you
it.
could send it, if you could send it me, then I'll
Yeah.
put it in the chat. Because I haven't got a clue where to look. Usually I end up looking
let
at
me
it
go
and I'm
look
like,
for that. Let me ask him real quick.
yeah. Charlie, mate, is there anything you wanted to share or if you've been struggling mentally and stuff?
Yeah, just want to say if you are struggling with mental health, anybody's there for you, specialists, family, friends, anyone. Just speak to them if you don't feel right.
Yeah, just don't bottle it. Don't bottle it. Right?
Yeah.
I think men especially don't bottle it because you might think not talking is supposed to be a manly thing to do. It's a lot of bollocks. Right? The more manly thing to do is actually talk about it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Also,
these people that came up with this theory that's supposed to be good. Right? Go read up what actually human life's about.
yeah.
Honestly.
We're creatures of community, man. A life expectancy for someone in a community is like 15 or 20 years higher than someone like alone.
Well,
We need to talk about our problems, mate. It's the best way to
it's just like this whole bullying thing that's been going on.
The
Right?
thing is,
now,
guys.
now everyone's now everyone's taking a stand to it, right? And I'm not going to mention any names, but we know another person who's taking a big stand to it, right? And that's made, say, for me, say, oh no, screw this. I'm not being told by anyone to do this or that or whatever. Right? I'm doing what I want to do, and it's because you've got his back, that you've got my back, and that means that like if you want to come at me with that, fine, right? But
Did you know?
I know I've got something here, and you can't touch me.
Yeah, Stephen, we both know. Me and you know how short life is. because the situation you've been in is tough, right? I nearly died twice. I shouldn't even be here, really. I was told that.
Steven, can you
very
see
lucky.
the Twitter message
So-
real quick that I sent you on the private chat? See if you can put that out
It's-
there. Just
Life's too short to be negative and
Yes.
hateful, non-understanding. You
I
have
was
to
about
open
to-
your heart and open your
I was-
mind as well.
I was 2 days away from being in induced coma at 11 years old and saying goodbye to my parents and not know if I'll wake up.
Fucking hell.
And
They
on-
didn't dress it
I've
up. They
been
didn't
in
dress it up,
coma.
It's
mate.
tough.
They didn't tell me. Oh, yeah, it'd be fine. You'll wake up again, and this, that, and all the other. Right? They knew exactly. If you don't get this, you're screwed. You're dead. And that was what I knew throughout the whole thing. And that was a month or two at 11 years old, watching my. And it's not even in the hospital. Even before that, in October, when I even took my 11 plus. If I didn't have my liver failing, I would have passed that with flying colours. But all the way from there, all the way to the transplant, it's gradually watching my. I knew I was going to end up having the transplant, and it's just gradually, every single step is literally one thing after another, and you're getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And the longer you wait, the more chances you're going to be screwed.
And talking on the act of kindness, I mean, act of kindness is just so important. It's just something that it just doesn't cost you a thing. And I'll give you an example. Now, when I was getting trained up for my new job, I was actually sent to a care home to observe and have a look. And there was a lady there. She suffered from serious anxiety to a point where she was questioning whether to live or die, basically. She was so riddled, she's not unwell or anything, but just really anxious. She's depressed and everything. Anyway, so I went back in there today because obviously I'm between two locations, and I was called in by the manager, and she said to me, "Can you take a seat, please? I'd talk to you." Okay, so I sat down, and she said to me the lady's name, but I didn't remember it. Obviously, I've seen so many people. She goes, she's made she wants to say thank you to you. And I was like, what for? She goes, you sat down and took time with her, and you asked her how she was. You literally gave her your time, and she actually remembered my name, and she actually went to the manager and said, thank you for sending him to me. And because of that lady, my training was finished earlier, and now I am a fully fledged carer, and I can now do the job that I love on my own. And hopefully, I know it's only to a very minority of the English public, which I can speak to, but I hope those that I touch, I hope I can do the same as that lady.
Wow, hats
Yeah,
off
well
to you,
done, mate.
even though you
Yeah.
support the wrong team.
So
Well
on
done.
that, on that, I do get like it can be mentally draining sometimes.
Yeah.
Like because you do get compassion fatigue after a while. Like when you're around when you're trying to help a friend out, sometimes putting yourself out there, you do feel it yourself.
If
One
you
thing
do
I would
want to
like
come
to
on,
say
Alex,
is it
let us
doesn't.
know.
Sometimes I want to say is, even though like it can be tough, it's not. Sometimes you feel like you can't do anything. Having a simple conversation and having them think about themselves can put them in the right frame of mind, which goes a long way. So remember that, like, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's not about doing something major to
Right.
save
So
somebody.
this is a tweet that was posted. May I please get 2 followers to copy and repost this tweet, trying to demonstrate that someone is always listening. Suicide prevention. What in the US it's that number. Samaritans in the UK is 116123. Just any 2 copy, not retweet. Listening. Yeah. So just is some advice that someone's always out there. That's the thing. They even gave me when then they told us like you're either waiting for this or waiting to see if they can do surgery. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got this surgery again. You can't be kidding me. And I was like to my I was really thinking about to, and my mum and myself were having massive arguments because she wasn't giving in, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I just don't care. I can't do this. I can't do it no more. Right? My auntie was like playing the mediator, sitting there saying, if that's what you want and that's what you're choosing, and then fine. But it's like my mom just wasn't having it. She really, in a sense, she wouldn't have it. She was trying to every which way to turn. And it got to a point where we were just so massively arguing, and I barricaded myself in the bedroom, right? And they couldn't get me. They didn't hear anything from me in the morning, right? So they thought I topped myself. They actually thought I topped myself. So because I had like so many painkillers where if you just take so many, it'll just kill you. So and in the end, they gave me like a crisis number. And sometimes I'll be up like 2 in the morning and I have to end up calling them. Problem is though, it's someone it's always someone new, so you have to explain the situation again and again and again and again and again, and it's like, no, I can't keep repeating it. It's yeah, I'd never thought I'd get to that point ever.
We all
Never
haven't, Steve. We all haven't, and you know, I'm not ashamed to admit, I've called the Samaritans a few times as well. I mean, I used to work in physiotherapy many moons ago, and
But I never just thought
that
something that I've grown up with and been used to all my life has
Yeah.
pushed me that far.
yeah,
So
and
go.
yeah, and I mean, obviously, people look at it and say Samaritans. You know, why am I going to call them? Why am I going to explain to a stranger what I'm going through? But you know what? Because of them, many people are still here today. Yeah, and this is why they are still going, and this is why you have many people like Stephen who are making successful YouTube channels. You have people that are actually doing something with their lives. Yeah, and that's basically putting your middle finger up to the negativity that has happened in your life and saying, I am going to beat you and I'm going to overcome this by hook or by crook. I'm going to get over this. And like we said, think about the positivity. I mean, I'm one that gets bullied. I am a Muslim man. Yeah. I got beaten up in school for the 9/11 bombings. Yeah. I got beaten up in school for the 9/11 bombings. I've been called ever since.
right.
Yeah. Ever since I've had the affiliation with Germany, I've been called Kraut, Nazi, German sympathizer. You know, and it's gone all from that. You know, from my Turkish side, it's gone to my German side. It's gone to being born in England, being born to foreign parents. But you know what, mate? I'm happy. I'm happy at the end of the day because I am who I am. And the thing is, the people that come at you with abuse, with all this and that, after about 10 minutes, they're going to sod off. Yeah. You're still going to have a successful life. And how many people that went through depression actually made a great life for themselves, and they just put the middle finger up to the man, to life. Yeah. And they carried on. Yeah. Because there are support networks available, we need to get these support networks out there for people to use them, because some people don't have access to YouTube channels. Some people don't have access to internet, and then when you see these on the billboards or in the newspaper where people can help, I actually, out of my own pocket, there's a local newspaper around my area. It's called the Mercury, and I kept looking in there. I was looking for a job for a while, and I saw there was nothing ever about helping depression, helping this, helping that. I paid £50, yeah, for it to be in there for 1 year, yeah. And the Samaritans actually called me and thanked me because they found out it was me that put the ad in there, and they actually got something like 1,500 calls just because of that of kindness, yeah. And I've never asked for anything in reward. I've never asked for anything back, but acts of kindness such as that, where you're making available someone to be able to talk, yeah, that's going to be the biggest act of kindness you can ever do, and that's the biggest act of kindness anyone can ever thank you for. So, I mean, if you in your local area, do a lot in your local area. Make it aware. Make people aware of what's going on. Obviously, I'm not saying go out and pay £50 for an advert, but do you know what I mean?
I want to echo what you're saying, Nora, with one statement, which is why do you think when you do something good and kind, why does it make you feel good? There's a reason.
Talk man, you. I just wanted to say, do you know what? The one thing they can do, and they don't have to even pay for it. Stay on the donor register and make it clear what you want to donate. That's the biggest human kindness you could ever do. I'm telling you now, like, if you believe you want to live on or something like that, do that, right? Like, whatever people believe in, do you know what? Some people have their beliefs, and so yeah, they can have them. But I believe life is precious, right? And we're here to protect it, right? So if that's the case, donate. Right? Yeah. I'll see so many people.
Sorry, mate. I'm going to cut you in there. I have to run, but I will give you a call tonight, mate. Everyone,
take care,
stay safe.
See you later.
I'll
Take care, man.
back on
Take care.
anytime I can.
Spurs
Take
still
care,
shit.
Big up to you, man.
I had to throw that in.
Take care. Bye.
Take care, Nora.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
That's sad to hear that, and that you got beat up. I mean, what the? It's fucking disgusting.
Yo, Charlie the Third, you want to say something? It is, man.
Yeah. I just wanted to say it's been a year since we went into lockdown in the UK, so I just want to say, rest in peace to everyone that has lost their lives in the last year, and also stay strong if you're still fighting from COVID.
Yes. Yeah, by the way, absolutely. I wanna address my little brother here. May, like, big up to you for being 14 and sitting here with a bunch of boring ass people talking about a really important matter, mate. Like, it's big up to you. Like, you're not supposed to be thinking about this yet, but it's so important that you do, because a lot of mostly depression starts as a kid. Yeah, mate, I'm as of right now, I'm just a frustrated screenwriter that has done very little in his life. But one thing that I can say that I'm very proud of is that, like, I suffered a little bullying. I suffered a little bit with bullying. Well, quite a lot actually, but some people got a lot worse than I did in my school. And one thing I'm really proud of is that I always stood by them. That's and kids can be freaking mean, man. Like, they can be freaking horrible. And I went to very little schools. For you guys who have an idea, I studied in 2 schools throughout my whole life. One had 150 students. The other one had 750, I think, throughout, like, from age 3 to 18. Mate, I lost 2 schoolmates from suicide already. It's a very serious matter that attacks very early on. So it's awesome that you're here listening to this, because we know that you're the kind of kid that's probably going to help in that, So, yeah, big up to you, my man.
Do you know what's funny?
Big up to you as well,
one of the times that I was in high school, and whilst in high school dealing with sort of a similar situation that I have now, but not as bad. It's not as bad now. It's more manageable. But I was having these infusions literally every week, and then sometimes I'd have to stay in overnight with another one, which lasted all night. So I'd have it all night. So I'd stay in for the night, and then out of nowhere, someone's rushed into a cubicle right at the end of the ward, and I'm like, what's going on here? And because I'm just nosy, and I'm up at about no god 6 o'clock in the morning, like, just causing havoc. And it's like, what's going on here? She's just someone's been rushed in, and then I recognised briefly who it was. I'm like, I know her, right? And what it was is actually it was actually a friend of mine from school, who I actually asked out to go out with, but she was rushed in because she'd been suffering mentally, right? And she tried to take a paracetamol overdose. Apparently, that's what I heard, and I was like, "Fuck me, man!" It's just like, and then that just doesn't make sense. It just didn't make sense at all. But I mean, now I still speak to her now, and I saw her before lockdown, and she's absolutely fine, not a problem. But yeah, it's just like that's what I realised is that I'm not probably the only one in the school, because I thought I felt isolated because everyone else was getting on and doing what they want to do, and I'm sitting up. I'm having to take lessons off. I'm having to take time off. I'm not well. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not doing the. I'm struggling to get the grades that I want, and everything was put in my way. So I felt, yeah, but compared to everyone else is just doing what they're doing. That's not a problem. But then when I saw that, it's like, okay, some people are not right, and they need help.
They do. They do. Yeah, it's
It is. But I'll be honest, I've struggled over the years. Yeah, I know
I'm
you've been.
sorry to hear that.
Sorry.
You've been,
Sorry,
you've been
John.
struggling last year, and you're always working here. That's for sure. Is there anything else that I want to say before we sort of wrap it up?
Yeah, just thank you so much for doing something like this, Stephen. I'm sure there's lots of people that will watch it now and later on as well, and you could probably post this in about 5 years' time, and it will still be relevant. And what you're doing is very meaningful, and everyone should appreciate it and hit that bloody like.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right now, no one's doing this right now. No one's.
Hang on. You got to send me that clip again.
I sent it to you.
Oh, did you?
He sent it in the private chat.
Yeah, I said it at the top.
On WhatsApp, I think he said he had sent.
I haven't been able to download it yet.
Oh, well, let me share it for you. You carry on.
For once, I'll back the United fan.
Yeah. You share it. You share it.
I'll let you know. You carry on, Stephen. But yeah, I think you're doing a great job, mate. And
it's the thing with everyone. It's just find something you want to do at the minute and just stick with it. I mean, there's loads of things to do that I've managed to do. Bury myself in this YouTube channel, right? And that's one of my favorite things now, because I mean I've already said on stream, if it weren't for this channel, I don't know where I'd be. I in a dark room somewhere, and that's down to everyone that tunes in. So most of the people that tune in, like you guys, all of you keep me going. So because I probably would have given in by now, but
back, mate, same back.
Yeah, and it's again, there's a lot I've said, oh, I'm gonna go. I mean, like later on, I'm thinking about what I've watched. So much shit. I've got F1 Drive to Survive watch first. Right? Then I'm thinking about. I've watched the Star Wars films for about 5,000 times, but I think I might binge watch all that. Just that's 24 hours. That's 24 hours of my day covered. Right? But yeah, it's Have you shared it yet? For fuck's
sake. Keep going.
keep going. I can't keep going.
Okay. Yo, is Chris Walsh still in the chat? Because if we're talking about like struggling mentally, there's a.
You can watch this back.
Yeah, because like this guy could easily be described, like in the beginning of my streaming, days, he could easily be described as the jolly guy in the chats. Like Liverpool was doing so well, and he was so calm that he never even talked crap about us. Like he never talked down to Arsenal or anything. He was doing so cool. And now he's so miserable, man. He's so miserable. Like he's so miserable all the time now, and I just feel for the guy. He doesn't deserve to be like this. Like I want Liverpool to be doing a little better, man. Come on.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe
you wouldn't go that far.
It is funny. It is funny. I shouldn't say that. It was funny though. I do love it when it comes back and said, "Oh, Chris, how are you? How do you feel?" And he's like, "Shut up, leave me alone." And Matt still ain't done it yet. This is about he's about as useful as that, like turning up on time. I'm gonna buy you a watch. For fuck's sake.
I need a watch. If I want to chip in and get me an old Seiko or something.
Oh yeah. It's a bit like a cheap Japanese watch, isn't it?
It should be there now, mate.
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
But no, yeah, I wanna say as well, it's been a great stream, great show, Stephen, and like, yeah, lots of people will learn from this, and it will help so many people. So
Yours about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Yours about as useful as a chocolate teapot, honestly.
Yeah, you use it next time. I've sent it to you.
Fine. Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Why it don't work, but it isn't showing it. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I ruined everything tonight.
I'll give up. But yeah, I think we could. I think we'll wrap it up there. To be honest.
Big up everyone who stayed in the chat and tuned in.
Yes, big up everyone.
Steven, you know who I think would support this cause very much? Ariana Grande.
Oh my God,
This is another great opportunity for us to send. I think we should send her this video.
You tried to contact Ariana Grande?
No. To be honest.
Well, look at Matt gassing him up.
Whoa! Hold the phone. Right? To be honest, since I didn't, do you know what actually happened? When I was in hospital, when the Manchester bombings happened, right, I was in hospital at the time. I didn't actually notice until I got out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Right? And since then, she actually resonated with this. To be honest, mental health, right? Because actually struggle mentally, but of course you're gonna struggle mentally when something like that's happened. Oh, finally, he's got it here. Look, everyone, please do this. If it plays. Press the play button.
Really helps us out.
Really helps us out.
I'm gonna have to upload that, honestly.
I've sent it to you, mate. You've got it now. It's yours.
Yeah. Okay, cool. In that, no copyright on that one.
Nope, not at all.
No. In that case, then we'll wrap it up there. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in and come on. My Nuri just lighting up the scene just because he's a Spurs fan. Charlie's just sitting there like that. Yeah, Man City, what are you going to write about?
Well, that's the thing. He can sit there and be quiet because he's
no.
a castle, mate.
No, I'm just waiting until they get knocked out of the Champions League. And it's like quadruple, right? Quadruple, right? Yeah.
Got Matt. What was you going to say, Matt?
The background's even dimmed down now. We can't even see his shirts. Like he's keeping it cool.
He doesn't need to show his shirts because it's like he's sat in a comfortable. I know exactly how you feel, Charlie. As a Man United fan, having done 2 doubles, a treble, 13 Premier League titles, everything else, mate. I know what it's like. I know the feeling. But what I will say is, I know that Stephen and Nori especially don't know that feeling. And Mal. And that's, it's so.
When are you going to win the Champions League?
Bye. Arsehole.
I was still talking there. I didn't realise what you'd done to you were, but
oh,
you butt.
That's all right.
Hole,
right.
butthole. Yeah, no, but great stream, lads. Great stream, everybody. And Melina, great to have you on, Melina. It was brilliant.
Thanks so much for including me on this channel.
Nice to meet you, Melina. Very nice to
nice
meet you.
to meet you as well.
Sorry, guys. How do you spell sympathizer? Sympathizer.
SYMPATH.
See, I get this with
I've got a better
synthesizer.
one.
I said E.
No, I've got a better one.
S.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Get it off. I'm covering it up with my hand. Oh no, that doesn't work.
Did you say synthesizer?
Oh, nice, Matt. Nice, Matt. Whoa, what is that? Whoa, wait a minute. What's
It's this new digital soundboard.
That's my
Nice.
baby. My baby making
What is that?
music, man. I'm making music.
Which one is it? Let's have a look. Which one is it?
Which one is it?
Matt, you do. Matt, let me say, you do realise I've got a degree in music production, don't you?
Oh, mate, when you know this is the talk box as well. You can like make it like sound like a robot and all that. It's cool.
Dude, we need to talk, mate. Have you used Cubase?
Yeah, I got like a MPC. I got an MPC beat maker and everything, mate. I'm game. You talk to me.
Oh,
Do
dude,
you guys need?
yeah.
Do you guys need a baritone singer?
Maybe.
We need Barry
Maybe.
White, not Barry Tone. That's what we need.
But
yeah.
Anyway,
we about to have a spin-off band now. We about to have a spin-off band at this point.
The
Well,
SVB
you're
TV,
Elvis right now.
they're getting to number one. The SVB
Yeah.
TV group.
Yo,
Yeah, what we
this entire
Here's the
entire
start of it.
stream,
Here's the
I was
start of
like, this entire stream, I was very close to starting singing "You've Got a Friend in Me" out of the blue. So,
Go on, sing it. Hey, Matt, Marley, sing us out. Sing us out, man.
No. Steven doesn't like my singing voice.
No, I want
Actually-
one back. There's only one person.
Go on.
Yes.
That'd be do you know what? I've got a great idea for it to raise some money for the charity. We should do a karaoke. We should do a karaoke.
Oh,
We've got to do a
yeah.
karaoke, man.
I'm
Now
That'd
you're
be
talking,
fun.
son.
I'm watching in
I'm
the
very
background.
down. I'm very
You
down.
Now you're talking.
I say Molly should
Honestly.
do that.
Copyright. Copyright. It'll sound
Yeah.
too much like the real song. We'll get copyrighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like me with Frank Sinatra, I mean, oof, come on.
We have
Forget
too much
about it.
talent to showcase that. Come on, lads.
Anyway, right.
And so
Thanks
I
to every-
The final
Thanks to-
curtain.
For fuck's sake.
I'll
Give you a final curtain in a minute.
say it clear.
Oh, Marley, shut up. Seriously.
Take my
Right,
hand,
anyone talks now is getting chucked off.
on which
Right,
I'm certain.
I told you.
No, you ruined it. I was enjoying myself.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
that was quality, man.
Shut up. Okay, I'm trying to end it.
Dude.
Thanks for everyone that's tuned in. Right,
Oh, we can do
and
it backstage anyway.
if you want to, I'll disappear into a dark room. Thanks everyone that's tuned in. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and we will see you tomorrow morning with a preview to the San Marino game.
Cheers, everyone.
Take care.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.